Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla coming back to ya with another episode of Car Rides with Schla. And I guess we're not, we're really not doing any better. I don't know what's going on, but I'm hoping that it's just exercise fatigue or something as to why I'm having a harder time waking up. Because I had ran as hard as I did on Wednesday. No, I think it was Tuesday. I'm not sure, but something's just like really. I do think it's also the money thing, though, because when I was making that money, that was like a super motivator. And it's not because I'm greedy, it's just, I was making a living wage. But, anyways. We have to get gas today, and I'm usually very early when I do that. And I'm not today, so I guess it is what it is, but I know we're not going to be on time. I mean, well, we're going to be on time, all right, but we're not going to be, we're not, yeah, we're not going to, like, be out of there at a, yeah, you know what I think we've, like, been through this before. We're not really going to be making, like, a good time, basically, is what I'm saying. We're not. I mean, it's just, well, I guess we'll see what happens, but I was a little, again, like, off this, like, I'm still off, I don't really know what's going on, but, yeah, like I said, I mean, maybe tomorrow it will be better, but again, these days, I mean, my overall feeling is fine. It's just like when I wake up. Because I think mentally I'm feeling kind of sluggish. And again, that has to do with just a lot of the stuff I've been dealing with. It's just like, I don't know, mentally. I'm trying to be more hopeful about the future, though, but that's all I really have is, like, I feel like the only thing I have is a blind hope. And most people, I don't think they operate like that. Like, they have more things in the present to care about, you know? But for me, I just kind of have this blind hope that's like, I don't know. It is what it is, but it's just hoping that at some point there's going to be some kind of a reckoning, and I feel like things are as they should be. I've already explained it's like a cynical side of me that it's okay with the cost of living crisis because it should push people. But see, here's the whole problem. It does not push people to make wiser decisions. It pushes people to make stupider decisions. Like, basically, I mean, honestly, it probably pushes people to make wiser choices as a broad rule. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case, because in general, obviously with scarcity, you're going to have people making better choices out of necessity. That is true. But what I'm saying is, I still don't know that people are making the best choices, if that makes sense. Like, because there's only there's a certain limit to a person's executive function potential. And once you are past that, it's even if you're tightening the ropes, even if you're tightening things up, you're not gonna get anywhere. You can't. Because a person's only so smart. So it's just something to keep in mind. Like, you can't infinitely kind of go through and like tighten up the rules, make people like a certain way, and then no, like that's not really how it works, because people only have a certain capacity, and then that's it. You can't just like force people into a better situation. I don't think so, at least, especially when it's too dramatic. But I do believe there's some kind of intentional reason for the cost of living crisis, and there's something to glean from it. I don't know. That's just my inclination, but I could be dead wrong about that, honestly. I what do I know? I do think going 45 in the 35, though, is probably a pretty huge time saver, as I'm able to do now, because the person behind me was getting kind of close to me anyway, so I'm just deciding to do it. And then, fortunately, there hasn't been any other traffic, like, at all. So I actually might be able to get away with cutting through here at 45, which... that I've explained before. It's a huge time saver because the speed difference is higher at the lower speeds. So like 55 to 65, not as much of a difference as 35 to 45. So being able to go 45 on this road, I think this way becomes like very fast. Because there's an argument to be made that it's not, and I want to experiment with trying out a different way. We will find out, I suppose, but I think this way at 45, it could beat the other way, but I'm not sure. I really should do more experimentation and testing, but I've been a little bit lazy. But like I said, I believe this at 45 is like a really good thing. Because the other way, I mean, there's like a portion of it you could be going this fast, but then there's definitely a portion of it where you can't, and it just gets to be, it gets to be crazy. I mean, even here, this is like a little bit crazy. Like, I feel like 40 is okay, but now it shouldn't need to be this way. It's just the road is not designed very well. So you have this as a consequence of that. So yeah. But I think we're good. I think that is maybe the first time we did a whole 45 through this whole area. Interesting. And it probably does speed things up quite a bit. I mean, we'll see, but we definitely needed it today because of the whole getting gas situation, which looks to be okay. The get gas signal thing has still not popped up. So I think at this point, even if it pops up later, then, yeah, I mean, it's okay. But, yeah, I think that's the thing about where I'm at in life is I'm actually I'm still pretty happy as long as my schedule maintains, which, again, I'm not sure that it will, this whole, like, cutting it early thing. It may not, because that's kind of what my boss seemed to think or expect or something. Like, he thinks that at some point I'm going to have to dial it back to more normal, but it's just, it is a little bit frustrating. I wish throughout this period I would have still gotten the extra overtime, but there's obviously a reason. We have to hope there's a God level reason for what I'm going through. So I'm really trying to concentrate, because I think we nailed the hill today, and we need to see how feasible it is, or if I can't even be in fifth gear. And the truth, it still looks really hard, because that was near perfect, if not perfect. And that turns tight. It's probably, but see, I slipped out. Yeah, so that's kind of the moral of that story, is it's like, I don't think that turn fifth can be held. Because even, like, I did it, but then, no, it's probably possible, because I'd have to hit the gas, but I was distracted to hit the gas, because something's messed up with my mirror. I keep realizing, like, I have to keep looking down when I use the mirror, which is obviously not good. Like, I'd have to keep, like, bending down a little bit, and I'm realizing, like, wait, to use my mirror, it shouldn't work like that. I should just be able to use it. What is this? What is going on, So, yeah, that was kind of funny, I guess. But yeah, it's interesting, I suppose. I think my shifting, though, was really good today. For fuel economy, of course, not for longevity, because we're done with that. We're breaking this in. Guess I could look into, because it may just be something has to get changed, like certain filters or something. I don't know. Like, I didn't even know this was a thing, but there's like an engine air filter, and it's very cheap. And what if it's like the low RPMs just clog that up more? Then it's probably worth it. I don't know. Kind of wish there was a seventh gear, but I still kind of like the 6. I really do. I like 6 gears. So yeah, I mean, it's just annoying, the tightening that I've gone through, but what if this early thing just works, and then, it's just like, fine. That'd be pretty cool. It would almost be, in that case, it would be God saying, like, thanks. It would be God saying, like, you're fine, stop worrying so much about money, just enjoy life a little bit. You don't belong strapped to the job like that. Like, you've done well. It's a way to look at it, although I'm a little questionable of it, but I'm trying to think of it that could be a plausible. Yeah, we should probably just be going 55 today. I'm going 50, but like I said, I want to do more research now with GPT-5 and see if it says anything different about the optimal mile per gallon for the car. Because I wonder if the slower thing is even... I wonder if it even becomes worth it. I don't know, because it was really anecdotal, but I felt like I noticed when I went a little bit faster, it actually got better mile per gallon. So I'm not really sure, but, I don't really see how it would. I guess I have to ask it about optimal gearing, because I have the theory, and yeah, I mean, this isn't, come to think of it, it's not really rooted in anything, but it's this it's this theory that there's like optimalness with the mile per gallon, where like if you're right at a fresh gear switch, that's going to be peak mile per gallon. So I'd assume 45 would be, but that theory could be just completely nonsense, which is why I try to keep it at 50. But that theory could just be nonsense because I'm not an actual professional with these things. So the other experiment to run is just going the way to get gas all the time, because it's possible it's shorter, but I don't think it is. But the thing is, I think it's similar, but it's overall less miles. So I wonder. But yeah, the gas thing is still not popped up. And we're obviously continuously be approaching our destination more and more. So all good things. All good signs. But yeah, I don't know. Time will tell, I suppose. But that timing it's going to be pretty perfect. And I'll have to check because I don't remember the last time I got gas, but we're definitely stretching it because it's Thursday. I wonder. Yeah, because we haven't been sitting in much traffic, although there's these random congestion points that pop up. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. Honestly, think getting this car stuff done, after that's done, I'm going to have like finally a period I can breathe for a little bit. Because it's just, I haven't been able to be free. I don't know. For some reason, the car stuff has been like really scary to me or something, and I don't know why. I don't know why it's been affecting me as much as it has. But it has been. Like, I get like that with stuff I have to do. I get very like... But I'll finally be able to breathe a little bit. You know? I'll finally be able to do that. Which is good. It's nice, you know. Well, I don't really want to do this, but this guy's kind of made me have to push it a little bit. I didn't know what he was doing. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to... I mean, I should probably take a video, honestly, of the RPM to mile per hour. So then I have kind of like a range of where it... Because that would be useful information for GPT to try to calculate. Yeah, I should actually do that. I kind of want to do that right now. Just try to record the RPM as I'm like going through different speeds. Because I'm very, very curious about this. So I'm like curious enough to where I'm actually gonna do it. I have to get my phone ready. So I'll try to start at like maybe like the floor like 45, and then try to go up from there. But doing this while driving, it's a little bit tricky. A little bit. Slightly tricky. Alright, so let's get the video, because I have to see about the angle, if it's capturing the angle properly. You know, there's a lot of things. Oh no, oh, the flash. We can't have that. Alright. Let's see, let's let it drop. We're doing this for data traffic, don't worry. Alright, now we can go back up. Now let's try to very gradually increase it up to a higher speed. Yeah, this is really something here. Because at least now, like, I just know, like, I'm gonna know what the gear rate, like, the RPM to mile per hour is with this car, although of course there happened to be this kind of truck in front of me, so now I can't really go as fast as I wanted to, so now I'm going to have this recording contraption here for a little bit longer. And then also I'm not really holding it up enough, so I think like the vantage point was a little bit off this whole time, but it's kind of hard to hold it properly. Oh, I just can't believe this happened, because, yeah, like, it was so perfect, but then now I can't really get the thing I want, and it's not really at the right vantage point, because it's kind of hard to get it at the right vantage point. So it was kind of a waste. But we might be able to get pretty fast here. No, I see brake lights. Sorry, this is like 2 minutes of wasted time. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, guys. I don't know. I just had to do this, but I didn't think it would take so long, because again, it's like just by chance a bunch of stuff pulled in front of me. The one time I want to go fast for 2 seconds, and I can't. And people are going like way too slow now, honestly. I can't believe that just happened. But now I actually shifted over, because again, I don't really understand what is going on, but I'm going to shift back over. But this could be my run to get up to a higher speed and get the ratio potentially. Here we go. Alright, we're getting there. This is just for science. Just for science. Alright, we finally did it. We're hitting 70 and probably a little bit over just to see. And then finally, science complete. Oh, actually, wait, no. We're just hitting 70 now. Wow. But now that's definitely going to stop. Alright, that's enough of that silly recording thing. Oh my gosh, that was it even worth it? We'll see. It's like 3.5 minutes of me just recording the RPM. But again, I don't know if I don't really know exactly how valuable the data is, because again, it's kind of at an angle. So you know, you can't really look at something correctly. I honestly think if I was going to do that in the future, because I actually didn't even think about this, but it may have been possible for my little holder arm thing that I have to get it. But I definitely only need to go to 70 because as far as I've ever heard, like 70 is just not more fuel efficient. But it could be wrong. I don't know. So I just kind of wanted to get like a full rating for that. But to be honest, I kind of have a hunch that the higher thing is better mile per gallon. It just could be. It's just worse for the tires. I know it's definitely just leads to lower tire lifespan, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. We'll have to look into it. I don't know if that'll matter though that I did that, and it kind of ruined the video, so my apologies. Again, it's not very deep. But yeah, we did a very good run this past chunk. Because we've been getting good solid mile per gallon. And good solid mile per gallon. Although right now we didn't even get that great, which is a little disappointing because the last time, if you remember, when I got gas, I got like amazing mile per gallon. But then this time, it's actually pretty below average. Like last time I got gas, I remember I was saying it because I remember it's on the show. And I was saying to myself like, oh wow, like this is pretty interesting. Like maybe it has something to do with because there's less gas in the tank, it's like technically less weight in the car, or maybe that's at least like a minor contributing factor, but that is not, I don't think that is accurate now at all, because it's showing like really bad now. That doesn't make any sense because I know that my shifts were perfect, or like nearly perfect today. I know that my shifting was great. Yeah, this is actually something I just thought about though that I didn't think about before, was what if the gas station was like closed for some reason? I don't know that would like actually ever happen, but it's definitely possible, and that would really throw me for a loop, wouldn't it? If they were just like closed, because that can happen, you know. I haven't, I mean, it hasn't happened at this place before, but I've like seen it before. I don't know. Oh, it does say all pump. Dude, what? This is actually a problem. So I can't get gas? Hold on. I have to figure this out. What is going on? Yeah, I'm sorry, but this has just never happened before. I guess I'm gonna have to get gas on the way home. I've never had this happen before. I guess I have to look up something. But yeah, it's just like an unoptimal thing. Yeah. No, it could just be, yeah, but that's weird. I think they're probably just like not open yet or something. I'm not really sure. Because this hasn't happened to me before. Like, I don't know. It seems like odd, strange to me. Like, I guess I'll sit here for a little bit. I don't know. There's no reason for, like, I don't really have anything better to do. It's just like I said, yeah, I mean, this has never happened before. I'm gonna have to get gas like on the way home. I'm gonna have to, because yeah, I don't know. I guess it's not really that big of a deal. I'm just pretty confused because again, this hasn't happened. I guess I gotta go. I guess I have to just go to work because I've been waiting here for a while and I'm not seeing anything. I just like there's nobody. I guess there's nobody inside either. All the lights are on. That like it's just so confusing to me. And somehow nobody else is here either. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm still shocked, but I guess I can't. I guess I was hoping like I'd wait around here and something would happen, but it's not. I wonder if that car has anything to do with it, though. Maybe the car behind. No. Yeah, it's just a shame because I could have used that extra time to just clock out early for my work, But, like, instead, I was just waiting here, like, hoping that this would get resolved. And, it's not. So. Maybe this guy, I think he might have just came. It might be turned on now. Let's see if anything happens. Yeah, I don't know. This has never happened to me before. I'm not like expecting it. He was probably just late. Or something, I don't know. I don't know, it's like, should I keep waiting or not? Like, at this point, I just can't believe it, because I've definitely been here I've been here earlier. I know I've been here earlier. Well, it still says they're all stopped, so, like, the guy's in there, but I figured it would have been like he would have switched it on by now. I don't know. Still not on. Yep, that was the problem. Alright, guys, I'll be right back. Alright, guys, a stressful way to start the day, but overall, I think it's okay, but it's just like, again, at least we know now. We know that if, like, the lights aren't on and all that, that we can't. That yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a lesson, some kind of lesson. I hope my phone will hold out though, because it's at 15% right now, and that's not really too good. Yeah, I was thrown off because it's like the light is red, but it really shouldn't be red because there's like nobody here, so it just like was really confusing to me. But yeah, so very strange situation, because I guess the last time I was there early, it was just like by chance, but we're gonna have to reevaluate my whole system now. Well, actually, I don't think we do. I think it's basically that when we're getting gas, we actually need to be we have to be later, because now we know that there's like a chance that they will just not be there. And I didn't know that before, just because, again, there's been times like I've cut it even earlier than right now. And, like I've cut it even earlier. You know what I mean? And so, and they were there, and there was like no issues at all. And I'm pretty sure I've been there way earlier before. So I honestly think it's something that will require more experimentation, but I guess we'll like leave it up to fate, as to what time we're going to get to work, just based on that. Like, obviously today it's going to be really late. But again, there's been so many other times like I've went there and it's just been fine. So I don't know, like, should this one time really throw me off that much? Like, should it really change me that much? I don't know. Or again, I could go at a different time. Like, it's not like I have to go before work. It's just that's always what I did. But now that I'm doing the cut early thing, or even the cut late thing, it may make more sense to go later. I just liked earlier because it was typically less crowded. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I just don't really know what to make of the situation exactly, but I guess, again, it's something that'll be a trial and error. But it does affect my life a little bit. Because, yeah, we were there, like, really, really at a good time. And it's a shame that the guy who runs the place was obviously just late today. Like, he just happened to be late. It's, like, really a shame, but I guess it happens. It wouldn't happen to me, though. If I ran a gas station, yeah, don't think that I would actually be like that, because I wouldn't. I would absolutely be just super duper snappy about things, and I'd have the best gas station in town. But it's good to keep in mind, I suppose, that I really, because again, like I was in, is it just a reminder? Because this is like just such a repeated theme in my life. Every single time I try to be in a rush and get something done faster, it just doesn't work. Like I'm not trying to say that to manifest it, but I'm saying, like, I don't think everybody's parents. For some reason, I've specifically remembered my dad telling me things like, oh, never rush, never rush. I don't think everybody's dad has told them that, but it was specifically something that my dad was fated to tell me, and that I have held on to this whole time. You know what I mean? So I always thought that was interesting. And then there's been so many times where it's like that time I was like rushing out of work, and I accidentally dropped my 14 plus because I put it on the MagSafe car holder thing haphazardly, and it held for like a second, but I guess it was a little bit off. And then, sorry, this person just cost me a gear shift because they didn't put their turn signal on until really last minute. And it fell on the pavement, and it just barely cracked. And, but luckily it wasn't like a huge deal or anything. And even to this day, I mean, it's like a hardly noticeable crack, but it's the only time I've ever cracked a phone. So it's kind of sad, it's just like really, really sad. But it is another example where, there was a point in my life where I was rushed, and then it didn't pan out. you know. Yeah, I guess we have to keep that in mind with getting the gas. Like, we either need to do it on the way home or yeah, either on the way home or what am I even saying? Yeah, because that really, I mean, that was like the same as sitting in traffic, basically, because it's saying it's 45 minutes, which is like terrible. It's pretty bad. You know? But I'm grateful. I mean, I'm grateful that it worked out and all. Like, I think that's a good thing. I do. I think it's good. Now, making this light would be good, but yeah, I guess that's like the moral of the story, is that I can't be rushing. Right? Because it's just such a pattern where anytime I do that kind of stuff, because it's like, what if I still just went my 50, and then none of that happened? And that's like entirely possible. It's crazy, but it's entirely possible. Yeah, and then we have to remember now we pull up because, yeah, that one time the person stole my space. Okay. Just open my door like twice and it's like not. I think this is up far enough. Alright. We are here, my friends. And we got gypped, like perfectly gypped. Because it pushed it to a whole other minute. Yes, this is the latest time I've clocked in a very, very long time. So isn't that pretty sad? Like, I don't know. Yep. Super duper sad. I don't know. Well, all right, my friends. I think it's about time to... Well, actually, it's not. There's a bunch of things I have to charge, so I might as well just keep everything in my... Yeah, wow. I mean, it's been like a slow time, because yeah, we're gonna hit like 50 in a minute. Actually, to be fair, it didn't seem that long. Like when I was waiting there, it didn't feel like I was waiting there that long. I guess I knew I was, but it didn't feel like it, so it's actually kind of a good thing. And then we're not gonna put the recording phone back because we need to charge it anyway. Just do the usual stuff, I guess. The usual things. In here, and in here, and then the sunshades, final step. Alright. Well, it's been schla, but now it's time to buy schla. So, see ya schla.